Have you ever seen a two-piece outfit that looks expensive but surprisingly easy to make? Today, I'll show you how to create this wrap crop top and flowing palazzo pants from scratch. The result is absolutely gorgeous. Hi, my loves, welcome back. So to start with, you make sure you're making use of 3 to 4 yards of fabric. Okay, so you can see here I'm already contemplating what I was going to use, whether I'm to combine the two colors together. So I make use of a just a fabric among. I make use of the pink, so I'm using this for a very slim person. So to get started, I deducted 1.5 inch for 1.5 inches for the band of the trouser. So I proceeded to measure my waist to my hip region, waist to the crotch, waist to the thigh, and waist to the knee length. Okay. So endeavor to measure what you want or what you have on your body. Okay, so to get started with measurements we are using is actually your hip. Whatever your hip is, we are adding about 4 inches to 5 inches depending on how big you want it. Of course, this is a slim person, so I'm making use of hip. Our hip is actually 40 inches, then I added extra 4 inches, which is making 14 inches. So to get started here, I actually measure the half measurement, which is on this part, the half part from the cross region, whatever the half is. So the 14.5 we have here, so we are making use of 7 and quarter. That is what we have for the half of this pattern. So we rule out or connected the half parts together and proceeded to measure 6 inches for the down part, which is on the knee length, and also 6 inches on the hem line, which is the down part of the trouser. Okay, I also measure 6 inches on the both sides, 6 inches on the other side, and 6 inches on the other side. That will actually give us total of 12 inches. Okay, because this person is on a smaller size, like the person is not fat at all, so I'm making use of the hip is actually 40, well, it's actually 39. So I added about 4.5 5 inches for the bogus, for the how big we want the trouser to be. And I came down to the waistline, I came down by half an inch, so that because she doesn't really have hips like that. So because the reason why I came down by half an inch is so that we are not going to be adding another extra inches for the back line. So this division I'm doing on the waist region to the hip region, this is actually, it depends on how we want, how wide we want. That is the slash and spread method, so that it will hinder us, it will enable us to actually pleat it the way we want. Okay, so you can see that I used my masking tape to hold down this pattern so that it will not have any mistake or it will not be shaking in any way. Okay, so we proceeded to the cutting of this pattern, and this is the front pattern, mind you, so you can actually spread it all over in cutting. So proceeding to the back pattern, so the difference between this is just that the back crotch line is lower by 0.75 or um 0.5, okay, which is half an inch or 0.75, depending on how fat or how big this person is. So for this person, I'm actually, because this person is on a side slim size rather, so I'm making use of 0.5, which is half an inch for this part. So I added extra 1.5 inches for this back pattern. That is what differentiates it from. So you can see from the crotch line, I came in on the waist side by 0.5, okay, which you, or if you're on a bigger side, you can come in by um 0.75 for uh just accuracy. Do you know the reason? The reason is just that when after so that the person can be able to, it will actually lap on the person's bum bum, okay? It will not be having a bulge at the back, okay? Or when you're fixing a zip to it, it will not have a bulge around the crotch line, okay? So that is why we went in by 0.75 or zero point 0.5, which is half an inch for a slimmer person. But for a bigger person, on the person on the bigger side, endeavor to make it of 0.75, which is a quarter inch, like it to be quarter inch for the person, or you can decide to come down by 1.5 inch. So here we actually determine what the measurement for the pattern paper. So it wasn't up to the length of the person. The length of the person is actually 40 inches. So I'm making use of 42 so that it will flow well on the person. Okay. So here we proceeded to cutting, and you can see, just as I said earlier, I'm making use of just a material, just this material, which is a pink one. So I really want to mix it. So I'm just doing it for free. So that is another thing I would like to tell you guys, that if you actually want me to make, because one thing I'll be doing is I just want you guys to follow along. One thing I'll be doing subsequently is just to, if you want me to make any pattern or any tutorial next, please let me know in the comment section, and whatever the tutorial is, you'll just be sending to me your measurements so that I'll be making yours the next time. So this is what I'll be doing for every of my audience. So if you're following, please don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, and also share for somebody else to gain value in this video. Okay, so here is the cutting part, and I'm so sorry because this video was so lengthy. So I was able to show you guys the cutting process, because the sewing process is not hard at all. Because if you remember, if you see from the picture, the top is actually a cut together sleeve. It doesn't have any fixing on any fixing. So you get, and this trouser is actually the normal way of sewing it. We all know how to sew a trouser. So here we are proceeded into the top itself. So since we are cutting the sleeve together with the top, we are going to be measuring our shoulder. Then we actually, from that shoulder point, we measure our arm, the sleeve, where we want the sleeve to get to, and connect it. So I'm making use of 7 inches. I added 1 inch for the folding. Then I went down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. And from that place, I measured 9 inches for how where the sleeve will be stopping, because it will cut together. So you have to make sure you take note of that, where your sleeve will be entering into your arm, will be entering into. So we measured our bust measurement divided by 4, then our waist measurement divided by 4. We added 1.5 inches for the sewing allowance, and you can see what it already looks like. Okay, so here, this is actually the back pattern. So we are making you cutting the neckline, which is 3.5 by um 3.5 by 1 inch for the shoulder, for the neck depth of the back. Okay, so we'll proceed to measure the front pattern, and you know that the front is actually a wrap top, or is actually a wrap. So we are going to be extending, before you cut your normal front pattern, you're going to be leaving about 6 or 7 inches from the initial point before the center front. Okay, so you're leaving 7 inches at the front normally, which is on fold, before cutting your normal front pattern. And this is where we measure 7 inches for the initial point before we start by measuring the front pattern. This is actually for the wrap. Okay, that will double cross the each other, and we are going to be cutting out this before putting out our measurement, our normal body measurement for the. Okay, So keep following and see how it actually came out to be so stunning. So after cutting out the excesses, we proceeded to measure the neckline for the front, which is 3.5 inches for the neck width and 7 inches for the neck depth, which is for the opening. And mind you, um this wrap top is actually having a collar, so we are going to be folding crossing after we are going to be um making a V shape on the neckline, then connect it down to what we have on that side. You can see how we connected it V neck straight down to meet with the wrap side. Okay, so after that we are going to now, after cutting that V neck, we are going to now measure. You know that the front part is having a pleat, which is a gather pleat. So we have to measure that pleat. So we are increasing our normal width measurement on the wrap on the front pattern by 2 inches. Okay, that will actually be enough. So if you calculate it on fold, it's actually giving 4 inches. So that will be enough for the um gather gather split, because it's not all through the front, it's just by one side of the front. Okay, so this is where we actually connected all this, we cut out and then mark, put a notch on the center front to actually differentiate between the extra inches and the normal front pattern. Okay, so from this point we are going to be cutting the front fitting for the back and also the fitting for the front. I hope you get that. So after doing that, and I hope you understand all the things I've said. So just as I said earlier, if you want me to recreate a dress, our next tutorial video, let me know in the comment section, and I would like to connect with you, and let me know whatever tutorial video it will be, wherever you are, especially those in Abuja. I would like to connect with all my audience that are here in Abuja. So if you want me to use you for the next model or for the next person that I'll be using for the next tutorial video, please let me know in the comment section. So here I'm going to be cutting out all the pieces, and we'll proceed to cutting out the band for the front, which is for the, the front is a wrap. So on the down part, which is the hemline of the front, we are having a band that is covering that part together, that is holding the front and back together. So we actually cut out the front. If the front um length is actually supposed to be 20, we have to cut out and voila, this is how it looks. I hope you like. See you guys on my next video. Bye.